doing the final study is 10-4. We got this far. Wow. Uh, I can't believe no one picked the study. The Milgram study is probably one of the most famous of all studies in psychology. I actually met Milgram centuries ago. He's a Louis Jewish. He's a short kind of Jewish guy, and he was at a party in New York. I think at Columbia University, if my memory holds me right. And some two sociologists, well, they're sociologists, said that the Holocaust could never happen in the United States because we Americans are too mavericks. We're too independent. And I guess if you look at this COVID thing, some people are not taking their shots or wearing masks. Maybe they had a point, but Milgram really didn't believe that. So he set up a study where you had a surrogate and you had a subject, and the Confederate, I shouldn't say it's not surrogate, it's Confederate, and they've one's going to be the teacher and one's going to be the student. Well, of course, the Confederate always ended up being the student, and they shocked the teacher to show what the shock would be. And basically, they had this machine that went from a super minor shock to XXX and light threatening. And the every time that the subject would the learner would miss a question, they had to raise the shock. Now the people could quit at any time. Now they were paid pretty well, but they still would have got paid. They could have left at any time. And to make a long story short, because we don't have the time to thing, is 65% of the people, and in the original study was all men, went all the way. And the two things they discovered was that as long if you had a sorority figure, so when Milgram was wearing a Hawaiian shirt, less people would go all the way. When he wore a doctor's thing and a stethoscope, I don't know why he needed a stethoscope, and diffusion responsibility, which means at one point when the people said, "I can't do this anymore," because the subject would scream in pain for a while, and then there's no sound coming from the subject, and so every time there was no answer, you had to wrap up the thing. And when he told them, "Listen, I take all responsibility for the learner," oh, okay. And then people went, well, and then, like I said, 63% went all the way to the end. So, what he proved was that people will do great harm to other people if given orders by authority figures. And, maybe so. Now the problem was with it was that it was in New York and he did all men. Some people say, oh, it's a New York people are not very friendly, and it was all men and so they went to Iowa, did one study and using another study using women, and you women, you didn't go 65%. I think you went no, you must have been 63 and the men meant 65. And then this was in a small town area, so it wasn't because they were in New York. But anyway, the study right now totally unethical. However, I guess the British don't care. Just recently, the British did a read thing of the study. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it. Oh my God, that redhead is scary. And they got the same results. They said this in British accents, and they went ahead and shocked the people. So there has been a lot of concern, and Milgram was quite upset about this. But the truth is that if you have an authority figure and diffusion responsibility, people will Capitol riots. You get somebody said, go charge the thing. Okay. And there's so many of them. Who's going to, get in trouble? So, they went ahead and did things. So, hopefully the Holocaust never happens again. But even though we are independent, individualistic societies, Milgram showed that it could happen here. So it's a really interesting study to read, and I would recommend you reading. But for those taking the final, it showed that what did I write? It showed that humans, people would carry out great harm by following orders of people. Even they went over their fought against their morals and their ethical values, and still shock people. Now, again, however, you women showed a lot more compassion than the men did, so you can feel a little bit better about that. All right, this is the end. Remember that the final is the significant studies. What's significant? Significance of the study. You can use your book, your notes, and hopefully you do well. I gave you exact question from the test a month ago, so you should have some kind of idea. So I look forward to reading the papers, and I sent you a model, and good luck on the final. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.